Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for entrepreneurs to stop dreaming and start doing. For gig workers to become business owners. For small businesses to go toe-to-toe with the big dogs. At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity beyond bank accounts. We're providing free office space, free advertising, free competitive research, and more to help small businesses do more with less. To learn more, visit comerica.com/succeed. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply. This lasagna was so cheesy. My plate was filled with saucy slices. Then a flimsy store brand plate ruined it.
Next time, get Dixie Ultra Plates. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand 10-inch paper plate. Dixie, make it right.
All right, we got some heavy backward sled pulls now.
T-Mobile home internet is almost down.
Run back.
I'm listening for our T-Mobile home internet radio commercial. Want me to do a little vocal warm-up?
That's
I'll
good.
go for the past few years.
T-Mobile has about your price guarantee.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Just one cord. It's an easy set.
T-Mobile Home Internet. That's $35 a month. Get all day and 8 postpaid Wi-Fi. Plus, get our 5-year price guarantee.
T-Mobile home internet is all about speed, sound, there are so many benefits. You gotta talk fast.
T-Mobile home internet ranks number one in customer satisfaction for home wireless internet by gaining power.
Wow, you are good.
Try saying it. T-Mobile has about your price guarantee.
They won't raise your rate on internet.
Hulu and Paramount Plus all day.
The damn commercials.
Home Internet. All in just $55 a month. Get all day and 8 postpaid Wi-Fi. Plus, get our 5-year price guarantee.
What up, what up? Mr. Know-It-All. Thank you. Hey, how are you today? Kettlebells, good stuff. Biceps and triceps, good stuff. Keep it up, guys. Look at that bicep. You know where that bicep came from? Doing chin-ups. That's how I got that bicep, to be honest. I do isolation with the dumbbell, but that bitch grew from doing chin-ups, body weight chin-ups, and then adding weight to me. Good stuff, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in, always checking out, always supporting.
Here's one more.
Definable heat. In a definable heat.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I got a video dropping tomorrow about 4 a.m. Just asking a couple of questions and stuff about what you guys think and stuff. So make sure you drop some comments. I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much, man. All right, here we go. Back with the sled drag. No, but like I said, I like to add weight to my calisthenic workouts. It's how you get that progressive overload, to overload that muscle to help it kind of grow.
Spring cleaning, does that mean a
What do you mean?
This is Will.
You have kettlebells, but you don't know what you would use them with. I mean, you can do tons of stuff with kettlebells. On a bench, on the ground, you can do chest presses, shoulder presses. You can do everything with those things, man. Curls, front raises, side raises, bent over rows, all the fundamental stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Those are the exercises to do. You don't really. Let me turn this down for a minute.
At Kroger, we've lowered prices on over 1,000 items across our stores, so you can save even more.
You only really need just compound exercises, man. Like, being serious, all the exercises that I do is because I like to do it. You know what I mean? I like to do a variety. It keeps me training. That's what really matters. The best exercise is the one that you're gonna do, whatever that is. Now, but I've also put in the fundamentals throughout all my exercises and all my workouts. I mean, what up, wheels? Meaning, you want to do the main compound stuff, man. Some kind of chest press. You can do some kind of overhead pressing for your shoulders, some kind of bent over rows, different grips. You can change it to a hammer grip, a neutral grip. You can do it palms facing out, palms facing in, whatever you want to kind of target your back in a different area. fundamental stuff is what's gonna get you to big and strong, man, and help you grow that nice lean muscle. You don't really need a variety. So like a kettlebell exercises, man, there's so much to do with it. Just do the fundamental compound movements. Press, some kind of chest press. You could even throw in an isolation, some kind of fly or something if you want. You can even do it laying on the ground. It's fine. Standing up or sitting in a wheelchair is going to be more beneficial than getting on a bench, pressing like over your head, because you're going to work other muscles in your body, which is going to help you all the way around. You know, you can even sit there and do some kind of isolation curl. You know, if you can, throw in some kind of pull-up, chin-ups, neutral grip chin-ups, pull-ups, whatever. Like, dude, those are the fundamentals. Maybe get a dip. You can throw dips in. Like, those are fundamental work exercises to do to actually work your whole upper body. Yeah, definitely. It does, Mr. Know-It-All. It definitely helps with shoulder stability. Yeah, I've messed up my shoulder quite a few times myself, man. I've tore, I got tears in my rotator cuffs. So, I definitely understand. Yeah, kettlebells are great. See, combat shape, like I said, I'm just trying to get the same thing. I'm trying to be strong, obviously, but I'm also trying to be overall, just like you said, like in great, like tactical, you know, tactical shape, like just being able to do anything and everything in my wheelchair disabled, really. I want my stamina to be high. I want my endurance to be high. I want my power to be high. I want my strength to be high. That's why I do the backward sled pulls or cable pulls. Those really work for me, my whole upper body, you know, especially my stability and balance for me, because I'm paralyzed from my belly button down. So I can't control my hips, my lower abdominals, or lower back. So it works all those little muscles above me, which, dude, before, when I would do that, I would just do this. It took me years to build up those little muscles to be able to do a backward pull like that. Kettlebells are great though, man. Kettlebells are real great. You can do the swinging kettlebells. You can do it for rotation, obviously, because you want to get some kind of spine rotation, side to side, front and back. Those are everyday, like you said, like combat kind of movements, even if it's an everyday movement. You know, we have basically fundamental movements of every day. Some kind of pressing, some kind of like picking up, curling, you know, bent over, grabbing something, like rowing it, twisting, bending to the side, bending to the front, things like that. Like, that's just going to help you be, you know, just an all-around have fun, functional movements, basically, of an everyday life, that's what you want. Especially as we get older, we want those kind of movements in our routine, no matter what they are. I mean, there's a guy that I follow. There's not really a lot of, it's not really hard to do ISO with kettlebells, to be honest. There's a lot of isometric movements you can do with kettlebells, man. Kettlebells are more swinging because, like I said, even just grabbing it, twisting it up here, and pressing it, that right there is a motion like that. Like, there's a lot of things you can still do with, you know, kettlebell, but like you said, kettlebells are great, man. I got a pair. I only got one pair though, 15s. Everything else is dumbbells. I like to get some heavier kettlebells. They're just expensive. Well, I mean, what do you mean? It's very practical. It all depends, like I said, how much weight you have. You can stress out a muscle and do like progressive overload to work it at any rep range with any weight, really. Obviously, if you're working with heavier weight, you don't have to do so many reps because obviously you're going to get to failure pretty quick. 15, 25 pounds, that's perfect. Just slow it down, you know? You don't have to, you can control it, time under tension. Control it on the eccentric and the concentric of the movement. It puts more stress on your muscles, which is fine. That's great. It's just like you lifting, you know, a heavier kettlebell. It doesn't matter. It's all about time under tension, really. Your muscles don't know the weight that you're using. All it can really know is the stress that you're putting on it. So however stressful you put on it is perfect. Yeah, man, I got you, bro. I'm telling you. It's a perfect way to do it. I move lighter weights, for me, more explosive because I work up into that heavier weight. And when I get to the heavier weight, I want to try to be explosive as I am with the lighter weights, but obviously it's going to move a lot slower, but that's my mindset. But if that's all you got to work with, then you just slow it down, the eccentric and concentric of that movement. I appreciate you, mister. I'm telling you, man, like, I went to college and I studied exercise science and science nutrition, strength and conditioning. People overcomplicate exercise, or they'll be like, oh, I only have this much weight to use. That's fine. You can use that weight and still grow and still get great benefits. All right, let me get this 90-pound med ball over here. We're going to be using that here. Yeah, dude, I did all that, man. I studied years and years in college, and I still do. I still try to follow the best of the best in the fitness industry that have succeeded and actually have a proper background of knowing and actually have succeeded in, and they know what they're talking about, like Stan Efferding, the people that know their stuff, man. Josh, Jailhouse Strong, Josh Bryant, he trains tactical athletes, he trains SWAT teams. He knows, what it is. Power lifters, strongmen. He's got some of the strongest benchers in the world. I mean, for sure. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, bro. That's the ghetto. I've been born and raised in there. I know, man. Been a long way. I got hurt when I was 18, so like I said, man, from the stupid choices that I made in school, well, not really stupid, but I went to work and I got hurt at work. But again, I went to work kind of earlier because of the fact of I made some stupid choices in school, but I got you, man. You got to eat old school, bro. I've been doing old school workouts like back in my like a little ass garage or behind the house, man. Like with some old ass rusty equipment, rocks and things that we would, just use to just for weight. I've been doing that shit since I was like, little, dude. 8 years old, 6 years old. Been working out since I was probably 6. Yeah, I mean, like I said, you don't need too much of the scientific lifting. It can be beneficial, but basically I'm just telling you, man, you need the fundamental shit, the basics. Don't overcomplicate it. You can throw that stuff in for like a variety and kind of be more, fun, but you don't need to do crazy shit, man. Just the basic stuff will get you to where you want to be. Now I'm about to lift up this 90-pound med ball from the ground to over my head. For me, that's just like a functional movement, really. Just a movement that I would do every day in my life. I'm not really trying to grow anything. I'm just trying to get that spine flexing forward, grabbing something heavy and putting it over my head. Gotta put this mat on my leg, man. My leg's a little skinny thing. I don't want to put something heavy on him and hurt him. That movement right there has probably took me over 15 years to accomplish, especially working up to that 90 pound. That's no joke, especially not having the function that I have. The one thing about me though, I don't stop, man. I keep fucking trying. If I fail, I'll just do it again. Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard. Like I said, it took me a long time to learn it. As you can see, if you really paid attention, I climb it up on my feet. I tuck my feet back so I can climb it up on my footrest, and then kind of climb it up the base, the front of my chair, and then right here at my knees. That's the hardest, where I'm kind of pushing against my knees as I'm like kind of pushing myself up as I'm pulling it to me. It's took me a long time to kind of learn that movement, but fuck, I got it. And like I said, I do that just to kind of strengthen that, movement, really. That movement pattern, that's what I want. That movement pattern, I want to be able to grab stuff in everyday life, heavy like that if I have to, get it up to my lap and put it up on a shelf or a table or whatever I need to, you know what I mean? Woo, shoot. We only got 2 sets of those, so one more set of 2 reps, and then we're gonna do some like front carry holds. 15 seconds holding that 90 pound like that. Really all I'm gonna do is kind of twist as I'm holding it. Yeah, man, I got out of it back in the day here and there, but when I got paralyzed, man, I was already into sports and working out. And when I got back into training, obviously I've built to where I'm at right now. But, dude, it keeps me going every day. Without it, I don't know where I would be really in my life. For me, having a disability and stuff and exercise, it's what pushes me forward every day to want to keep going, to want to try to better myself, to just trying to be the best person I can be, you know what I mean? Get those electrolytes in me, always. I'm always drinking the electrolytes during my workouts. Magnesium, potassium. There's a little bit of branched chain amino acids in here. And sodium. Sodium is really crucial, man. That's one thing when people ask me all the time about the exercises that I do, dude, they think like it just happened, man. I've been working on these movements for over 20 years, you know what I mean? Some of these movements I've been just doing, like I failed so many times. And remember, I got hurt back in 2002, so the internet and I didn't really have a good phone or anything back then with the videotape everything, but I'm telling you, man, it took me probably over 20 years. I've been paralyzed 23 years, so we'll say 20 years that I've been doing all these movements and stuff. Yeah, coconut water is pretty good. It's really good for you, really. I don't really like the taste of it, but I just drink regular water. Like I said, with some electrolytes in it, you know. So here you go, you'll see me watch it. I get it up on my foot plate, and then I go from my foot plate up right here. Ah. Ah. Woo. Oh. Woo. Now we're going to do the front carry holds. I want to get one more med ball. I want to get a 100-pound med ball. I have a big bag over here. It's just really big, man. I need something a little smaller. It's really hard to get it up on my lap, to be honest, with the size that it is. No, the pump formulas, they say like it helps build muscle, but really it's more putting more oxygen and stuff in your muscles to give you that pump. So you feel like you're nice and swole. That's what a pump formula is. Makes you feel swole while you're working out. I drink pre-workout, to be honest. My pre-workout has like a pump formula in it. So it's it's combined from supplement company called Animal, which I'm an ambassador with. I mean, you can tear muscles and stuff, man, but like I said, that's why I say start off slow and light and work your way up to the heavier weights. Proper form will overdo anything. If you start to get in there, you ego lift, you can definitely tear a muscle or something like that easily. But I mean, I've had plenty of injuries over the years. I'm 41 now, so you know, I'm still doing it because I'm just taking it cautious and I prioritize my strength to other movements, you know what I mean? I don't just go crazy or kind of ego lift. I used to when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, but you know, obviously I got more knowledgeable as I got older. There you go. I mean, like I said, calisthenics can be great, man. That's one of the fundamental compound movements. Just like I said, throw some weight on you, some kind of weighted vest or some weight around your waist or something, or even in your hands. If you can squat and things like that for legs or pull-ups, dips, push-ups, that will all just help you to get that, you know, progressive overload. Yeah, I got a lot of different movements of me doing calisthenics paralyzed, man. I like doing crazy movements and stuff. Front lever and things like that. Back lever, muscle ups. I hurt my shoulder though, so muscle ups, I do them on my cable system. I can't do my body weight anymore. There you go. That's great. Just like I said, take it easy. Start off with slower reps. Woo, 15 seconds, man. That's crazy. Especially not having some of that functional muscles. It's like a front carry. I do the twisting just to activate the muscles more because think about if you were walking holding it. You kind of will be swaying a little bit as you're walking, you know, because of your legs. Front carries are awesome though, man. Great for core strength. All right, we got one more. You should, mister. I'm all for it, man. I think you should. Yeah, that's why I do a lot of shorts. My shorts, people have, like you said, short attention span, man. So they flick through those shorts. They'll see your video, they'll watch it for a minute or a couple seconds, and then flick it if they don't want to see anymore. Long content is more of my, you know, normal followers that follow me. As I grow, I'll keep doing longer content too, but yeah, shorts is where it's at, man. There you go, Philippines, man. I've always wanted to go there, bro. Woo, shoot. See, and that's another thing too. As I've gotten older, it depends what movements, man. Some movements, do a couple sets of some max weight or repetitions and I'm done with it, man. You don't really need too much, especially working out as much as I do. Like I work out probably almost every day, if not every day. To be honest, every day, really. Some kind of movement, some kind of something. Some days are lighter, some days are heavier. Kind of depends on how my body's feeling. But I think movement is really key. Yeah, shorts are the way nowadays. Keep your distance. Stay down when I'm dangerous. All right, we're gonna do some dumbbell pullovers. See, I just like this movement just because, you know? It's not a necessary, but I like it. And I do it differently too. I start from here and come all the way like this. That's my pullover. I feel like it activates my whole upper body the way I want it to activate. I'm gonna do 60-pound dumbbell. 12 reps, 2 sets. What up, Art? Appreciate you coming in. Another reason too why I like that movement, it stretches me out a lot. Shoulders, stretches up my lats. You can feel it in my abdominals, my higher abdominals that I can control, like up here. Man. And I think the hardest part is really getting it from the ground onto my chest. That's probably the hardest right there. And this is A-roll, where I'm talking to you one-on-one, like to the camera, talking to my audience. I'm in the garage right now doing a workout, getting it in. Throwing a YouTube video together too, from this morning and now. Easy curl bar, yeah, I got an easy curl bar right there, over there. I use it here and there. I also got a fatter bar over here for grip strength. I really like stuff like that for grip strength. Yeah, you gotta get on it, Art. You keep saying that, man. You gotta get on it, bro. It hurts your forearms, or is it growing your forearms? Because that's really good, man. I do wrist curls too, both ways, for my forearms and for strengthening my wrists. Like I said, I do a lot of different kind of exercises, man. I like benefiting, different parts of my body to get stronger. But also, like I said, you got to figure out what you like to do. I do a variety of exercises. Oh, it hurts? Like the bone? All right, well, just be careful then. Got to be careful doing it then. Maybe lower the weight a little bit. Concentrate, like I told you earlier, a little bit more on that contraction, mind and muscle contraction. But yeah, don't do something that's going to hurt it like that. But yeah, like I've been doing like forearm curls and things like that, wrist curls to strengthen my wrists and my forearms and stuff. Grip strength, man. I use these things called fat grips that make the bar fatter so you're gripping it. Really good for my grip strength. We got one more of those pullovers. Yeah, I built mine over the years, man. I used to do arm wrestling, but I ended up hurting this bone right here pretty bad. I couldn't even like do anything, and being paralyzed, your arms is all really you got. So I was like, maybe arm wrestling isn't for me. Like I couldn't transfer, I couldn't use the bathroom, bro. It was the worst. I was in pain for like 2 weeks, like crucial. It was bad, but. Yeah, no, I do like forearm curls now and like wrist curls and stuff to kind of strengthen my forearms and my wrists and stuff. Appreciate you guys coming in, man. Thank you so much for the support, really. Yeah, I mean, pullovers work a little different than push-ups. It's more like of a pull-in motion instead of a push-in motion. Push-ups are more pushing. I used to do 100 push-ups a day. To be honest, I didn't do anything back in the day. When I first got hurt and I had to be bedridden. I was on bed rest for like a year because I got a bad like infection in my body. What up, Ray? I'm doing good, man. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you. I ended up doing 1,000 push-ups a day, bro. I'd wake up and I'd do like 250. And then later on, I'd do another 250, so that was 500. I'd do it 4 times throughout the day. 250 push-ups. 4 times a day. Bro, I used to 1,000 push-ups a day, dude. I was jack shredded. Ripped and everything, man. But like I said, like, don't get me wrong, I love push-ups. I love challenging myself, even doing how many push-ups I can do in a row. But I do the different variety of exercises because that's what keeps me going. Like I said, whatever exercise, whatever workout works for you, and as long as you're pushing yourself to close to failure and kind of stressing out your muscles to help them grow and stuff, you're doing great. But, you know, the number one exercise is the one that you're gonna do. And for me, it's a variety of things because it keeps me like wanting to keep working out. I did bodybuilding in a certain like split for years, over 10 years. And then I started kind of getting bored of it. So I was like, I need to change up my stuff, my ways of the way I worked out. And now I love working out because I'm challenging myself in different ways that keeps me going every day. All right, we got some body weight rows. We're gonna throw a 45 pound on our chest. With some plates. I'll turn the camera. So you guys can see me over here. I've been doing a lot of rings, like, I don't know, man, depends. It really depends. Some weeks, none. Some weeks I'll do it like one time during the week and then one time on Saturday. Last 2, I've been hand cycling with an adaptive organization, a nonprofit here in Arizona to help them out and stuff and to meet new people and show them about hand cycling and stuff. But the last 2 Saturdays I've been busy, so I will be probably going this Saturday. So I'll be riding this Saturday, probably 2 hours straight, over like 15 miles I'll do probably. Walking around like you know what. Yeah, hand cycling's good. Like I said, I like to do it. Even on my off days, I like to do it. But I've been doing a lot of pushing with my weighted vest on lately, so. No, I mean, I got that one right there. You can see it. I customized that because my leg kept touching the wheel, so I put that there. That's just a, that's a Quickie Shark that I bought a long time ago. I'd like the one with the shocks and stuff, man, but that shit's like over $20,000, dude. I can't not afford that at all. And the one that I use when I go with the nonprofit organization to help out, it's pretty cool. I forgot. I think it's the Invacare, which is a nice hand cycle too. But no, man. Like I said, I've had this Quickie Shark for years, man. That I just ride. Like I said, if it gets me out there, it gets me going. Hey, it gets me a nice little cardio, endurance, heart health, freaking workout. I love it, man. So whatever I'll use whatever I can. You know what I mean? I like those a lot. Okay, you got one to connect to the wheelchair. That's pretty cool, though. It like connects and it's still like a hand cycle. That's pretty sweet. I'd like to try to see if I could get one of those, to be honest. That would be real cool. I could stay in my chair and do it. I never even thought about that. Sometimes it is a pain in the ass to get down, into it, but I do it. But that would be cool to be able to do that. Be able to get in, like just connect to your chair like that and do that. I'll have to check those out. No one can say. What's up, Jubu? Appreciate you coming in. Have a good day at work. Glad you made it safe. All right, we got one more of those bodyweight rows. I've been throwing in like some kind of like odd object lift. So today we're gonna be picking up a dumbbell from the ground to my lap, to the other side of my chair, and then back over again. Just a weird, different, lift. I'll probably do, like I said, a dumbbell, and Unless I can find something else a little heavier to be able to use. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do a 25-pound and a 10-pound plate, gripping it, putting it on my lap, and then to the other side. That'd be like an odd object kind of lift. That'd be kind of cool. I got it wrote down, but let me see. I might change it. Like I said, it says dumbbell, but. Supposed to do a 60-pound dumbbell from the ground in my lap.
Just like that, your State Farm agent can help you get the coverage you need for your new space. Your small business insurance needs, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, Mia. It's Jennifer. Did you ever discover automatically doubles all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year?
Yeah, I work here.
Okay. We're just double checking. Get it?
Because Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you earn at the end of the first year.
Yeah, for sure. It works the muscles around where you're paralyzed. That's what I always try to, tell everybody. I work those little bit of muscles doing different kinds of things, to work like right above the muscles that, obviously I can work right above them, because you can't work a muscle that you can't control. There's no way. You have it, but to contract it, you got to be able to control that muscle to be able to contract it. So it's like the muscles around it, right above it, things like that. Romance from the start. That grip strength's hardcore. Obviously, I'm right-handed, so I'm stronger, but my left hand, I felt that grip of those two placed together. You worried that you won't be able to get up anymore from what? Just gotta practice it, man. 41, 23 years of being paralyzed. Dude, I hope when I'm in my 50s, 60s, I'll still be able to do shit that I, would want to do. I'm just gonna keep working hard at it. Oh, this exercise? Well, it's like the one I was doing over here. The rows, that took me years too. That last one, I could feel I'm fatigued, so I gotta kind of really throw myself up, and I can feel like the weight being on me, pushing me back a little bit. So it's like you feel like you might fall back, but you just gotta be careful. Practice, 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 man. We're gonna do one more of the grip, back over and then back, and then one more to 60 like that. Feel that in my forearms. Oh, there we go. Felt like that was better. So I'm trying to pick it up as I put it over. That grip strength, man. Whew. Doing my left side first because it's my weaker side. Well, that's it, man. Like I said, get in here, get it done. I like doing different exercises. It keeps me going. Ray, you can always hit me up, man. I'd love to help you out, bro. Hit me up on what up, Crispy. Everything's going good, man. Good workout today. Just ending it now, man. It's hot in here, and yeah, I've been putting in some good work. Ray, man, I can help you out anytime, brother, with whatever you want. Getting stronger, whatever. You want to get more shredded, you just hit me up. We can talk about it. I'd love to come to Germany. It's just that's a very expensive ticket, man, flying from here to Germany and back. That round trip's a couple $1,000. I need to go see, because Ray, you're in Germany. So is Art. He was in here earlier. Art's in Germany too. I wonder how far apart you guys are. But I appreciate everybody so much for coming in, man. Thank you so much for all your, I appreciate you guys' support really much, seriously. Like I said, man, as I'm getting older, I try to work out every day, some kind of movement. As you can see, you don't really need all these crazy exercises, but I like to do them. it keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to keep working out. So, like that right there, that movement is just basically an everyday movement. I'm just trying to keep that strength in me. So if I got to pick something heavy off the ground, put it on my lap, and set it up on something, you know what I mean? I can. So, hey, appreciate you guys' love. Thank you so much for all your support. I hope you all have a great day. Smile, keep kicking ass, man. See you guys later, man. Thank you so much. See you guys on the next live. Thanks for coming in, Crispy. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Jubu. Thank you, Art. Thank you, everybody.